promise that you'll catch me.
Hey guys, Jazz back with another video. In this video, we are going to go over the #1 overall pick, Baker Mayfield, and what I believe how good he'll be for the Cleveland Browns. So I'm going to do a few more of these videos on some of the first round picks, maybe some second round picks or whatever, just high profile picks. Most of the quarterbacks and like Saquon Barkley, stuff like that. I want to just see how the player fits that particular team and how I project them out, how good he'll be for that particular team. So first one we're going to start off with is the #1 overall pick, Baker Mayfield. And off the bat, first thing people are going to talk about is he reminds me of Johnny Manziel. The Browns took Johnny Manziel. You know, he doesn't have the greatest arm strength. He was like an improv type player. He had a really good college career, won a Heisman similar to Johnny Manziel. So they had basic similar, and they both had big personalities on the football field. The problem is I'm going to separate those two. He doesn't run as much as Johnny Manziel, but he has a better NFL arm than Johnny Manziel. He's a better pure passer than Johnny Manziel was. Number two is their personalities, though on the field, are very, you know, outgoing and out there. Off the field, they couldn't be more different. Johnny Manziel became bigger than life when he became Johnny Football in college after he won the Heisman. He started going to parties. He was hanging out with celebrities. He got into the nightlife, and that's before, you know, he started making them big bucks. He was already into the nightlife, started doing drugs. And the guy just, football became secondary to him, and more he cared about his stardom and being a star. Baker Mayfield is a different type of dude. Though he is like very out there, I think he's more of a Phillip Rivers on the field than Johnny Manziel. But again, when you get to the NFL, you have to back it up. Doesn't matter what your personality is, you have to back it up. And you're going to look real stupid if you are that type of personality and you're playing bad. This is an example of you have to produce. You can be as rah-rah as you want, but Jameson Winston out here eating a W, really just sucking on his fingers, and his teammates are looking at him like, bro, really? So you must make sure you're playing good when you have those type of personalities, because when you're playing bad, it makes you look even worse. But the guy works his ass off, and that's the biggest difference between him and Johnny Manziel. He's one of the hardest working players you'll ever see. He walked on to Texas Tech, became a starter there. Then he didn't have the greatest. He was a true freshman starter, by the way, for them. Then he transferred over to Oklahoma, one of the biggest powerhouses in the college football scene, and he became a starter there. Not only did he become a starter, he became an instant success, leading him to his senior year, winning the Heisman Trophy, taking his team to the college football playoffs. The guy had a different type of thing. Like, you don't just walk on the teams and become the starter without having some type of work ethic. The guy busts his ass, and he's all about football. That's the difference between him and Johnny Manziel. Football became secondary to Johnny Manziel, and he doesn't have the arm talent that Baker Mayfield is. Now, I'm not saying Baker Mayfield has the best arm in the world, but he has an adequate NFL arm. I think Johnny Manziel was lacking a little bit on his arm talent. So now let's get into the actual play, because I know a lot of Browns fans, that's the first thing that comes to their mind. Similar type player, Browns, Heisman Trophy winner, and they just automatically assume, oh, it's going to turn out just like Johnny Football. I think the personalities couldn't be more different between these two guys. Yeah, they're a little bit out there with their personalities, but in terms of who they are, they're completely different people. So now let's get into breaking them down. You have to be worried about what conference he played in. He played in the Big 12, which is a running gun conference, up and down the field, a lot of high-scoring games, and a lot of points scored, and very little defense played. So that is something you have to be worried about. Huge windows he's used to throwing, and I've seen him throw, you know, a few little floaters over people's heads and stuff, like nice little passes, but for the most part, wide receivers running open all the way down the field. That's why he has 70% completion, because, I mean, guys are wide open all over the place. He does have a good arm. He can fit it in there, but you still have to be concerned. The conference that he played in is just wide open, and you got to understand that a lot of people put up big numbers in those conferences. Number two is his size. And I know it's bad to talk about just the size and everybody harp on it, but there's not that many quarterbacks that are 6 feet or under that are successful in the NFL. Number two is he has small hands. And I know a lot of people probably like, who cares about his hand size? Hand size is actually a really big factor in your quarterback. Hand size, you determine how much he's going to turn the ball over. You could be a 6'3" quarterback and have small hands, and you'll probably fumble the ball out like Dante Culpepper. He was known for fumbling the ball out in the pocket, because as soon as he gets hit, he's not able to put the ball and brace himself for the hit because his hands are small enough, and sometimes the ball just slips out. Fumbles are just as bad as interceptions, but they're not counted against the quarterback as much as interceptions, but it's still the same thing. So you have to be worried about fumbles. And again, smaller hands and bad weather, rainy, snowy weather, cold weather, stuff like that, when your grip is jeopardized, when you got smaller hands, it's even more jeopardized. So he's going to Cleveland. Again, he's going to play in the North, bad weather. I would have preferred him to go to like a dome team or a good weather team, just to help him out on his home games at least. You still got to go on the road and play some games on bad weather. But again, most of his games are going to be in bad weather because all his Cleveland games for the most part are going to be bad weather. And then the ones he goes and plays on the road. So hand size does matter. And a lot of people like to compare him to Drew Brees or Russell Wilson. Well, he doesn't have the athleticism that Russell Wilson does, nor does he have the hand size. Russell Wilson actually has larger hands than average NFL quarterbacks with his hand size. The same thing with Drew Brees. They have really big hands even though they're smaller guys. So they're able to control the football a lot better and able to, minimize interceptions when they have a good grip on the ball. And again, he's been playing with the football his whole life. But again, when you get to the NFL, the windows are smaller. Your offensive linemen are taller. The defensive linemen are taller. The defensive players are taller, faster things, so they're able to break on the ball faster. So again, there's a lot of moving parts. You could just say, oh, he's been playing football his whole life. Yeah, but he's never been playing with the speed and the size he's going to be playing with. So now he has to, find his windows to throw in between those big offensive linemen. Again, some of the offensive linemen, you could get shorter offensive linemen, but again, for the most part, you're talking about 6'6" tackles, 6'4", guards and stuff like that. So again, it's going to be hard for him to see over those guys because in the college game, you don't see the level of athletes day in and day out you do when you get to the NFL. So that's just the worrisome thing. But for me, I think the kid is going to make it. I don't think he'll probably be a super. I don't think he'll get to like the Drew Brees, Russell Wilson, but I don't think he's going to be a bust. I think he works too hard to be a Johnny Manziel, but that's an extreme bust. Nobody. You have to be really bad to be a Johnny Manziel, be out in football in a couple of years, but I do think he's going to be a starter for them for years to come. Will he be a superstar? I don't think he'll get to that level, but I do think he'll be a solid player, a player who could get him to the Super Bowl. You can get to the Super Bowl. Joe Flacco will win the Super Bowl, so anybody will win the Super Bowl. But he can get him to the playoffs consistently. He won't be a superstar player, I don't believe, but he'll be a really good quarterback. I think he'll be an average Alex Smith type quarterback. Obviously, with the #1 pick, you're looking for Aaron Rodgers, Andrew Luck type talent. But I think he'll be more of an Alex Smith, manage the game, put up put up good numbers. He won't turn the ball over as much. He'll have good TD to turnover ratio. The team they're building around is pretty good. They got a pretty young, good core of players on defense, and they're starting to do it on offense. So as the years progress, and they're going to be a really improved team this year. They're going to be like a 6-7 win team. He might not even play this year, which would probably be a blessing in disguise, because sometimes when quarterbacks are put out there early when they're not ready, it could really beat them up and actually ruin their whole careers. Because if you start from day one and you take a beating a whole complete year, you'll start seeing phantom pass rush maybe for your whole career. That ruined like David Carr and them. Those guys took such a beating their rookie years that they were never able to recover. Similar thing to the good thing Jared Goff didn't play for most of his rookie year, but when he did play, he took a beating. Imagine if he would have took a beating for 16 games, he might have never been able to recover. Now, last year, new offensive coordinator, better players around him, and he played really well. Now, he can still turn back and, go back to not being as great and revert, that can always happen. Just because you have one good year doesn't make you a great quarterback, but he showed promise. And that's what I'm saying. You don't necessarily have to start the first year, start game one. As long as they put you in there at the right time, I think they probably won't even play him this year unless of an injury. I think he will probably sit on the bench, which is a good thing, and then next year take over the helm. I think he'll be a really solid quarterback. I don't project him to be a top tier quarterback, but I do project him to be a pretty good starting quarterback, a quarterback that you can win a Super Bowl with if you surround him with the right pieces. So the Browns are looking up after their 1-15, then 0-16 seasons. I'm projecting at least 6+ wins for them this year. And you're going to see them to grow through as the years come. And as the Steelers are coming down when they lose Big Ben. The Ravens, they're going to transition with their new quarterback. You got the Bengals. The Bengals, they never won a playoff game. So, this is a team that can actually move its way up as the other teams start to come down in that division. So, look for the Browns. Big things for the Browns. I think Baker Mayfield will be a really good, solid starting quarterback. Don't project him to be a top tier quarterback, but like a middle of the pack type quarterback that you can win a lot of games with and possibly win a Super Bowl with if you put him the right talent. that is pretty much it, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you guys think about Baker Mayfield and the pick for the Browns down below. If you agree or disagree with me. If maybe you project him to be a superstar. Maybe you project him to be a complete bust. But just leave down why. Don't just say bust or he's going to be amazing. Let me know why. I want your explanation. Like I said, anything can happen. This guy can be the best quarterback in the league in 3 or 4 years. He could be out of the league in 3 or 4 years. It all depends on who the Browns surround him with, offensive coordinators, stuff like that. Because a lot of times, who your offensive coordinators are, your head coaches are, really matters. And I don't believe they put him in the best position to succeed, having their coach stay after having 2 really bad years. They got a new GM in there, and now their coach is like a lame duck coach. So he's going to learn a system this year. His coach might get fired if they don't have a decent year this year, and then he has to learn a new system next year. So they're not doing him a good service, and that's usually bad when he has to keep learning new offenses every year and every year and every year. That happened to Sam Bradford. He just kept, every year it was a new offense, new offense, new offense, new offense, and you see what happened to Sam Bradford. I mean, he's making a lot of money, but he's not the #1 pick he was supposed to be. So it's pretty much it, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, please make sure to leave a like down below. You're new to the channel, please make sure to subscribe. Till next time, guys.